Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kimberly Shantae, and I wanted to do a get ready with me, the makeup edition again, because as y'all know, every time I do my makeup, I feel like I learn more. I got new products in, so I wanted to kind of use those and share those with y'all, as well as I plan on doing a haul today, so I wanted to look really cute for my haul. So why not just do the get ready with me so I can share my new makeup and prepare for my haul. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. If you've been here before, thank you so much for your continued support. And for the new supporters, I see you and I appreciate you because we're growing over here. So I thank y'all. Thank you for clicking on my channel and subscribing. Thank you so much. So I wanted to share with y'all my new end products. So my new end products today is I got Dior because I watched Chelsea Janae. I am Chelsea Janae on YouTube. And every time she used Dior, I really like her makeup. So I wanted to give it a try for myself. As well as I've been hearing a lot about the One Size by Patrick Starr, I think. So I did pick up that from the Sephora VIB sale. And I also picked up this brush from the Sephora VIB sale. And it's just a Sephora 56 foundation brush. And they say you can use it pretty much on everything. So I just decided to try to give it a try. But yeah, those are my new ends. My foundation Dior and the Sephora 56 brush and the One Size. All right, y'all. So I share my new end and I want to give it a try. But I'm still going to use some of my oldie but goodies. And this is the Milk Hydro Grip. I normally start off with my eyes. I don't want to just get all into it and forget what I'm supposed to be doing. But like I said, I want to use my new end products and I want to prepare for a haul, but I want it to be about something. So this video really is about what I wish I knew before I got into my 40s. Things I wish somebody would have told me or I was more aware of before I got into my 40s. So that's what I want to discuss in today's video. One second. I thought I had all my stuff together, but I feel discombobulated. So these are my concealers. I normally use these two, but I also got this Revolution in the color P295. I got that in P295, and I have the Fenty concealers in 410 and 420. Instead of me talking about the products, what I'm gonna do is, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And instead of me talking about each product, I have them listed in the description because talking and doing the video could be sometimes a bit much. And I just want to make sure that we stay on topic and not just talk about the products. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So things that I wish I knew before I got into my 40s. So let's be for transparency purposes, I'm not 40. I'm into my 40s, well into my 40s, but there are some things that I wish I would knew before I turned 40. Things that if I can go back and talk to my younger self and make myself aware of some things. But number one, life is short. Life is short. And you need to learn how to have self-love. And I know everybody talk about this, they preach about this self-love, but how do you do that? So for me, there are some things that I used to tell myself constantly that kind of make myself feel love and I'm looking over here in my mirror just to make sure I'm doing the products right. So I'm gonna stay on task. Things I wish that somebody would have told me was love yourself. Love yourself, because at the end of the day, you can't love anybody unless you love yourself. I know I personally got married really extremely young. And I wish somebody would have told me, hey, you have your whole life ahead of you. Why are you rushing to do all these things? But in hindsight, I had a reason for rushing, but I probably still should have waited. Probably still should have waited and allow maturity to set in and not just rush into things and just do things out of fear. So a lot of the decisions I made in life early on was based on fear. That's why I just choose not to allow fear get get to me and have this displaced anxiety because of not knowing. So for those of you that are new here, my mom, she passed when I was 8. So with her passing, I had this weird, crazy thought that I would I would not live beyond the age that she was when she passed away. And she passed away in a car accident at 29. So in my mind, a young, immature mind, I just had this thought like, let me just do everything because I don't know where I'll be at 29. I did not have no thought after the age of 29, which is weird and kind of morbid now that I'm saying it and I'm in my 40s, which is weird. So because I didn't have that self-love and I had all these fears tied to that non self-love, here I go having babies. I had all my kids, 4 children, before I was 30. I got married at the age of 17. So I was like fast speed ahead. Let me get married. Let me have my babies. Let me do everything fast speed ahead. And now, like I said, hindsight 2020, enjoy life, live life, figure yourself out first before you start having kids. Figure yourself out. Um, Learn what you need to learn and grow and develop at your own pace. Don't feel like you're in a rush. It's not a sprint. Life is not a sprint, it's a journey. It's a journey. And you learn and you grow and you develop at a different rate as others, but you don't have to be in such a hurry to do everything before you're 29. And another thing I wish I'd known before I was 40 was take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself. That's something that I really wasn't good at in my early years. I was just running full steam ahead, trying to make sure that my kids and myself had what we needed, that I never really took the time to really take care of myself. I'm doing more of that now, but I wish I would have known and did better early on because, child, playing catch up. I mean, the damage is done, but you can still incorporate things to make you look and feel better and take care of yourself and slow down and smell the roses. Because this is the slowest I've moved. Let me think about it. This is the slowest I've moved probably in life. In life, I've always been at it, going, rushing, trying to get ahead, trying to make the money, grow, do different things that would help me and my family. I never really slowed down and say, you know what, God, let your will be done. I think that's the difference now. I really slowed down and trying to allow God, and I'm gonna say try because I'm still working. I'm still a work in progress, and allow God to be God and not try to make everything I want to happen my way, and just allow God to work in my life. I'm really, really, really being intentional about what I do and how I do and allowing God to be God. Because, honey, I'm not God. I don't know, and I don't know how to do everything, and I don't know how my story is written. I have desires, and I have wants, desires, and I have things that I want to occur in my life. But all in all, I know it all depends on God. I know it all is wrapped up in God. and what God has for me. If he's given me the desire for it, there you go. Sorry about that. If he's given me the desire for it, then I have to believe that he's going to make a way. He's going to allow it to happen. And I think that's, for me, it's the hard part, is not doing anything. Because I've always felt like I had to have control. That's another thing. You don't have no control, lady. None. You got to allow God to be God and let everything fall. That, when I say you have to allow everything to fall where it may, that doesn't mean not working, because faith without works is dead, right? So I still put in the work, but I'm not like, the word I want to use, I'm not really pushing my will. I'm allowing God's will to be done. I'm not trying to push the narrative, and I'm allowing things to happen and fall where they may, with me doing the work. And it's hard. I'm just admit it's hard to allow God to be God, but I'm praying and I'm constantly seeking him, because like I said, I want his will to be done for my life. I want God's will to be done for my life. So that's what I've been focused on and working towards, allowing him to be him. And I just wish people would talk more. Well, now you hear more about health, but in our day, it wasn't talking about this health like now. But I just wish health was talked about more. The responsibility of kids. I know I never was told like how it was to have kids, how hard it was, because it's really hard to have kids. I mean, it's really hard to raise kids. And yeah, it's really hard, especially as a single mom. It's extremely hard. Extremely hard. I know sometimes I be like, man, it's just one of me, y'all, and it's four of them at me. At one time, I used to be like, this is a lot. But with prayer, and I didn't have like where you had these long breaks from your kids, send them to their grandparents. I didn't have that. I really was present. Not saying that people that send their kids to stay with their grandparents for the summer and stuff, that they're not present, but I was really, really there. For most of the year, it was my responsibility to take care of my kids. And I did that. What do y'all think about this makeup? It's foundation. Gonna see it. Do it look too bright? But yeah, it was like my responsibility to take care of my kids, and it was a lot. It was hard. So, and also also, I wish somebody would have told me, just because you get married doesn't mean you're gonna stay married. Even though I saw some of my aunts, they weren't married, and my grandmother and my grandfather, they was married their whole life. But it's just that I never thought that I would get a divorce. I felt like, oh, I'm in love, this high school love. Oh, I'm in love, we're gonna be together forever. And we're raising our kids together. I just had this illusion. I don't know if it's cancer in me. Like, we live in this, I had this fairy tale of what life is supposed to be after I got married. I'm gonna spray this on now just to see how it does, because they say you spray, set, and set again. So they was like, you get married and you have kids and all this other stuff. So I just thought I would be married forever. I never in my wildest dreams ever contemplated that, or even thought that I would get a divorce. That's one thing we need to talk about. That girls, if you want to have kids, have them because that's what you want. Not try to speak negative on like having kids, not try to speak negative on marriages. That's not my intention. My intention is to say, if you want to have kids, have them because that's what you want. I don't regret, I'm going to just say this up front. I don't regret having any of my kids. I thank God for my kids. I feel like my children saved my life. And where I lacked the vision for my future, having children allow me to create a vision for my future. And I'm saying to say, I never had the desire to go to college. I went to college. I got my master's degree because of my kids. Because I was like, we have to make it. I'm a single mom and I have to make it. So whatever it takes, I'm going to do it when it comes to legally. And so I went to school and got my master's degree, and they were my driving force to continue on and to do great things. My children were my driving force. So although I wish somebody would have told me having kids is hard, I don't regret having my kids. I wish just somebody would have told me the responsibility, the 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 work, the real work. Not that you just had the kids and send them off to school. Cause honey, going to send them kids to school, that's something else in itself. If I can tell you the stories about my kids and these daggone administrators, whew, that's for another video. But yeah, school, my kids in school, it was hard for me. And another thing, love yourself, people. Love yourself. I just wish I would have loved myself early on. Because my self esteem when I was younger, I know y'all probably won't believe this, but my self esteem when I was younger was bad, was really, really bad. I didn't think nothing of myself. Like, not saying like I knew me and I cared about me, but I don't feel like I really genuinely love myself. And a lot of decisions I made early on was because of that lack of self-love. And I would just say, before you start pursuing having children, and before you start having getting married, for number one, if that's what you choose to do, because marriage is not for everybody. And before you start having kids, really have that self-love. Have that self-love. Don't just I'm not going to use that yet. Don't go just having kids just because you're trying to fill this need, this void that you have within yourself. And I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from myself. I had this need, this desire, I had this I had a lot of issues. Let's see. I had a lot of issues growing up. So I had a lot of self-esteem issues growing up. So I actually ended up having kids with I had kids without dealing with those issues first. So when you have self-esteem issues, it's a good idea to go ahead and deal with those self-esteem issues before you have kids. Don't just go out there having kids all willy-nilly, because that's not healthy. You're not cultivating a healthy environment for your family. And don't have kids for the lack of, because I didn't have that family unit that I desired as a kid. I created it. So I felt like, because I didn't have it as a kid, let me create my family. Let me do this. And I was doing it early. And I'm not talking about just literally doing it. I'm talking about I was actually just, well, it is literally. I was just out there having kids with no education around being a mom. No, just learn. I was learning as I went. No, no real insight on what I was doing. But when I reflect on my life, I understand that I didn't know a lot of things, so I was just out there willy-nilly. So that's why I like to communicate and talk to my kids about my decisions in my life so that they can make the right decisions for them. That's what I try to do, and hopefully I'm doing a good job at that. But yeah, I just wish that I knew half of the stuff that I know now when it comes to life. I wish that I can go back and no, I don't wish I can go back. I just want to educate my children on the decisions I've made so that they can in turn make better decisions than I have. So yeah, I don't normally do eyeshadow, but I'm gonna try to do some. So yeah, I just want to educate my children and help them to make better decisions and learn how to talk through things. Because I know, like my generation, we didn't do a lot of talking. Everything like now, counseling is embraced by most people, but now, back in the day, nobody talked about counseling and stuff to get over your past hurts. But I really try to talk to my kids. And if I did something wrong, I like to apologize because I want them to be self sufficient and do things well. So that's one of the things that I wish people would have talked about more is counseling when I was younger. Counseling and just getting the self help before you go out there creating families or creating these lives that you want. And a lot of times that you can't run from what happened, you have to work through those things. That's another thing. I felt like I was running from what I've been through and not working through those things. So that's something that I wish that somebody would have told me that, hey, I know you been through these things and I know you want to be better or be different from, but you have to work on those things. You can't just think it's going to go away. You you can't think it's just going to go away just because you have to do the work. You have to do the work, and that's the only way you're going to be better, and your kids are going to be better. So I feel like in the Black culture, we need to talk about health and fitness just a bit much. Health and fitness, and not feeling like um, cooking soul food should be an everyday thing. Cause that's something I used to do when I was younger. Cook a whole bunch of soul food and sit there and eat it. And I've done better. I don't eat like that anymore because it's not healthy for me. I've done a whole lot better. Try to make sure that I did everything. Let me set my eyes. I've done so much better when it comes to the way I eat and the way I treat my body. But it's from learning and research and just educating myself because it's not something that I grew up with. It's not something that I know. This is from my Timu haul. It ain't something that I know how to do. It's not something I know that I've learned. I don't know anything. This is all new to me. Just learning about health, fitness, about how to take care of myself, how to be the best me that I can be. Learning. Learning. All this is all learning and new to me. I want some more blush on my jaws because I don't see it. I'm gonna use this. This is let me see, make sure it's the Anastasia. I think I'm gonna use this because I want that like peach color on my jaws. But yeah, I encourage y'all to talk more and learn more from one another. And that's why I created this channel so I can learn more about what I'm going through. You know, another thing people don't talk enough about, menopause. Them side effects is serious. The brain fog, I've been getting dizzy lately. It's like sitting at my desk working and I just get dizzy. My vision be blurring. It's just a lot of stuff that's changed that I'm like, oh my goodness. Whew, the hot flashes, even like in the winter months, it can be cold or chilly and I'll be hot. And then I'll be sleeping on a heated blanket because when I get cold, I get real cold. And that's the only way I can get real good night's sleep is sleeping under that heated blanket. And if you go through menopause and you don't have a heated blanket, girl, tell me your secret. Tell me your secret. I went to the doctor. Let me tell y'all, I went to the doctor about this menopause thing because it was getting me down. I was like, oh my goodness, this is horrible. And the lady was telling me, oh, that's kind of cute. The lady was telling me, I don't like that. She was telling me that the doctor, was telling me that I can get on medication for menopause, but it's not for menopause. It's It's for like mood, to stabilize your mood. It's something to trick your brain to make you feel like you're not going through menopause, so to cut down on the hot flashes. But I told her no, I just rather just go through the hot flashes then, because I don't want to be taking medication. Do y'all feel like that? I don't want to be taking a lot of medication that could cause like other things. I'm not in it for the medication because that's just horrible. For me, anytime I can opt out, I'm gonna opt out of taking the medication and try to take care of myself. That's another reason why I started working out so hard, is because I just want to take care of myself. I started working out so hard because my numbers for my numbers for diabetic was 5.6, which pre-diabetic is 5.7, and just my joints, I have pains and aches. I knew about the pains and aches when you get older, but I ain't know it's gonna hit me in my 40s like it has. But I wish we can talk more about that. These pains and aches, all this stuff that you go through with this perimenopause. So I've learned things that really help me out, and that is drinking more water, exercising, getting a good night's sleep. That is major. That is major. That's if you can, because I'm telling you, them hot flashes and the water, you going to the bathroom. You're going to the bathroom or you waking up because you're hot. But just getting enough sleep, for me, that is 8 hours. I need 8 hours to be functional. I don't know if I finished that thought, but just because you get married don't mean you're going to stay married. I wish somebody would have told me that, because I thought we was going to be together forever. And that was wrong. I was wrong. And that being a single parent is hard. And nobody really has kids unless you choose to have kids and want to do it on your own. But if you're married, you're not choosing that life. You're not choosing to be a single parent. And it is extremely hard. It can be done, but it's hard. And I wish people in the church wouldn't tell you fight for your marriage too. That's some craziness. Because just because you're getting a divorce don't mean you didn't do all you could for your marriage to work. Don't mean you haven't done all that you could for your marriage to work. People assume that you didn't when you've done all you could, and you're not going to make nobody be with you. That's not healthy. So you do the best you can. And when you're dealt lemons, you make lemonade. So being a single parent wasn't my plan, but I survived, and I thank God for that. Yeah, I forgot to show y'all this. This is another new one. This Dior. I went and got it, and it is Rouge Dior. Yeah, another new in. Oh, it look good. All right, y'all, this is the finished results. I hope I got everything because my phone was full, the storage, so I had to delete some things. So I hope I got all my points across because I know sometimes I'll be rambling. But yeah, this is the finished look. What do y'all think? Am I getting better at it? And my hair, it was done. I used that the foam. Hold on. So for my hair, just so you know, it is a twist out, and I use this in my hair. But yeah, this is the finished look. Let me know if I'm doing better at it, because this is for me. This is to help me learn how to do makeup, because I know as when I was younger, makeup was like taboo in a sense. Not like it was. It was like for me, I guess the people that I was around it was like, what do you need makeup for? So the natural was really a thing that was pushed back when I was coming up. But I really like makeup. I like playing in makeup. I like figuring out what looks good on me. I like a natural look, but this is a little, I think this is a little glammed up, a little extra. But what do y'all think about it? So, like I said, I wish people would have told me about the responsibilities that came with having kids because we were just outside playing that I didn't see that it was hard. I wish somebody would have told me how hard it was to have, how hard it is to be a mom. I wish someone would have told me that you don't have to rush. And if somebody would have asked, which I didn't really share that, so maybe that's why. What happens? Why are you in such a hurry to live your life at such a young age? That would have been pivotal for me because I was just feeling like I had to accomplish all these things before I was 29. So I wish I would have known better. Now it's like, what are you going to do if you live after 29? What are you going to do when you go after this? Okay, you need to prepare for a life, a long life, not a short life, a long life. And what things you need to do to keep yourself fit. Like now is a lot of self care. There's more products that's out there to take care of your skin and stuff. Back in the day, it was Noxzema, and that's it. But now there's more things. So I wish I would have known how to take care of myself and take care of my skin, just more skincare, more health, the inside, how to take care of yourself. I just wish I would have known all those things. So if you don't mind, leave in the comments anything that you wish you would have known earlier. That should be the title of this video. Things that you wish you would have known earlier or sooner that would have been helpful for you in your life. Um, I hope y'all like this video. It's not scripted, it's just me talking. Hope I wasn't all over the place. I really like making videos. I really like doing the sit down with me's just to kind of get you to know me more personally. So yeah, if you like this video, please make sure you thumbs it up. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I appreciate all you for showing up for me for another video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.